I'm assuming you want us to be candid. I would say Alabama has worked hard over the last 75 years to earn its reputation. Okay, you may want to move away from me on this one, but as a result of that, race becomes a dominant item of discussion. And we got to get past that. Black children have as many brain cells as white children. Hopefully white children have as many as Asian children, because they're the ones that generally make the best scores. But I'm assuming they do. And so I would say we've got to understand how important education is. Now, I could sit here and spend a lot of time, and this is one of my favorite topics, but we don't have time. Is our 20 minutes about it? I would say, let's talk about the history a little bit. Obviously, it's been a racial disaster. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot and higher, okay? And it's not past. We've just become more sophisticated in how we express it. So I would say to you that in terms of that, we also had in the early part of the 20th century major business leaders that decided that education was not that important in Alabama because there were textile mills and others. It took about a 5th grade education to, and so people in the 50s, the average attainment rate of a white was about 8th grade and a black was about 6th or 7th grade. So most people dropped out. The dropout rate was well over 50% for the entire state. So what's happened, you don't find many textile mills around here anymore, okay? And so as you look at those jobs that are here, the skills and the knowledge, communication skills and all that are so much higher. Now, you know, if you haven't read that book, Thanks for Being Late, I would encourage you to do that. And I would tell you that Friedman was the author, but I spoke to, about 3 years ago, to a group at Pike Road. They were having a ribbon cutting for that school out there. And I said this to the students. I want you to know that I was born before television. That's true. I was in junior high school before I saw my first television. Okay, and I said, and they looked at me like, help the old geezer over here to the wheelchair and we'll roll him out of here, but, and rightfully so. But I said, now, all of you in this room are 5th and 6th graders, right? There were parents, but 5th, and they said yes. So I said, now let me tell you what you were born before. iPhone, Kindle, Watson, on and on and on. It just goes on and on. Facebook, all of that. Now, what do you think is going to happen in the next 10 years? If it takes us 6 to 8 years to affect the changes, he's got to know what's going to happen. Well, none of us could say what's going to happen in 10 years, but we know there are going to be certain skills that are going to be required, and that's where we got to focus on it. And so I would say in terms of again, back to the Montgomery business, there's not that realization or importance, and the history of this state has set us up for failure. We are, over half our students are on free and reduced lunches. Poverty is the biggest killer of educational achievement of anything, forget the race. And so I hope that we can get past that and understand how important the education of our children is, and that we can say, let's get past this, you know, rural, urban, poor, black, white business, and let's see if we can make something happen, because we've got to move quickly. As I said yesterday in the board meeting, we're about like 48th in this nation. That's the lowest. I just can't, I hardly stand to say that. But they're not waiting for us to catch up. My experience is, and if you listen to some of those teachers, you could tell they had a faculty and they had a principal, and they were smoking. I mean, I just got pumped listening to some of those people. And I would say to you, once you get a state that gets that momentum going and feels success, they accelerate. So Dr. Mackey could, in this environment, could come up next year and show progress and fall further behind. And so it's gonna take a concerted effort. But again, the realization is there if we can get past the race issue, and that's what Montgomery's problem is. It's control of a system, and it has resegregated. It's
Sure.
gotta be open to everybody. That's what public education's about.
Try to wrap my last 2